long 6-day stretch. You know, typically I can do 4 or 5 days, and I'm pretty good. But on the 6th day, I was meant to rest. Unfortunately, it wasn't that way this week. It happens. We have to be adults here. But I need to indulge in something. I need to get my mind off of things. And what better way than sitting in my sanctuary? Yes. Matter of fact, I have a good idea. I'm going to play myself some Streets of Rage 4. Released not too long ago for the PlayStation 4. It's an amazing game and a fantastic sequel. If you haven't played any of the other ones, I don't know what to tell you. Definitely go back to it, play it, and then play this one. It's well worth it. It's all story driven, and it all rounds up to a great end. But, good thing about this one is simple. 1, the sound is fantastic. It's just like with the older ones. 2, cel-shaded graphics. I don't really know how I feel about that, but, yeah. It was okay in Legend of Zelda Wind Waker. I feel a little bit better about this one, but let's get down to playing. Sounds like a great idea. Hello? You know who this is. This is Jason. How's fun in video games? Oh, sorry. I thought you were a customer or a subscriber calling the Crazy House. What was that? Do you, like... I can't fathom this. Your timing is impeccable. I've known you forever. Your timing has always been impeccable. But when I'm in the middle of shooting a vid, I mean, really, do we have to go through with this? Do we have to talk right now? I don't mean to be rude. I really don't. But I got a great idea for a video. I was playing Streets of Rage, and then I have another idea for a video, and it might be on... What? Oh. Yeah, I know. No, I'm not procrastinating. It's a special video. How long's it been? You tell me, have you marked your calendar, brother? A year and almost 3 months? Oh shit. I am really late on that, huh? I was just gonna sit down, possibly shoot a vid, but play some Streets of Rage 4 first. But you know what? You have a point. There comes a time in every man's life when decisions have to be made. Well, you'll be the first one to be notified of it, if you subscribe and hit notifications, that is. No, I'm not doing an advertisement for my channel. I just sound like it sometimes. What can I say? It's like programmed. Not like program, like, you know, like a programmable, you know, thermometer or thermostat or something like that. But, you know, not robot. But like the, I must shoot video. It's nothing like that. Alright, well, you've asked for it enough, and I think it's time that we get down to it and have some fun and talk about one of my best presents of 2019. You got it. I'll let you know once it's done. Thanks for pushing me in the right direction, brother man. You have yourself a good night.
Okay, Vanna White, what do we have today?
Oh my god. Am I picking letters and, or is somebody else picking letters and I'm offering millions of dollars, cars, and fancy other things for solving puzzles? Funny story. Huge fact. That show is amazing. I've been watching it forever. It's actually based on a game called Hangman. Who would have thought? But anyway, right here is something I have been waiting to discuss for a long time. We just went over it on my fancy little phone call there, my shtick. You know how it is. This is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Arcade 1-Up Arcade Machine review from yours truly. Now, what are some of the things that I truly appreciate from the Arcade 1-Up Galaga review that I did, the machine rather, and this one? Very simple. We'll start off with this. This right here is a protective layer over the artwork, for which your hands and all the other things are going to be all over it. Hopefully not too much. We got some scratches on it, but It didn't actually affect the paint. But if you look over at the Gallagher arcade 1-up, which still works pretty good, by the way, unfortunately, it just didn't last. As far as the artwork goes, the machine works out perfectly because I just played it not too long ago. Now, it's been a while since I've been able to play this, and have I ever played the arcade version of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles? I think I have a few times, but not too frequently. But let me tell you, this is a great cabinet. Other than that, you've got 4 different players. Now, one of the things that was a big part of this machine is, you know, this is obviously not a full arcade machine as the original was. It's a lot smaller. It's a lot easier to move around. There's a lot of great things that go on with these machines. But if we were to get the actual arcade one, not the arcade 1-up, if we were actually get the actual arcade machine, it would have cost us a couple of $1,000s. So
Oh, just a little bit.
just a little bit. So I certainly don't want to spend that right now, and obviously transporting that, you know, wherever I decide to go or wherever life takes me, might be a little difficult. It's going to be a little heavy. But anyway, this is a good way to be able to have some fun, play an arcade game just like you would normally, except it's smaller, it's more convenient, it doesn't weigh a whole ton, and it's not too hard to put together. So, the big question was when this first came out, can 4 individual people, whether it's adults, teenagers, or whoever, play this game and comfortably stand up? The truth of the matter is, yes. Can I show it to you today? No. Me, Cynthia, and my 2 kids all played this together. I actually had her brother come over at one point with his kids. We had a good old time, and this was, my goodness, well over a year ago. But
I think it was last summer.
was it last summer? Well, they were, but we obviously played this in the winter of 2019 after we got it. But you can sit comfortably with 4 people playing this. Other things to think about as well. How was it putting it together? Just like the Gallagher, I was able to put together in probably like an hour or 2. I feel a lot
think
more,
the Gallagher you were a little longer with.
a little longer.
This
with,
one,
yeah.
I think you got it together relatively quickly.
Yeah, I did, because we didn't have the stand to make it raised up. Without it being raised up, you can still, in my opinion, play the game very comfortably.
I did get one for Gallagher, but it's not as pretty as this one.
Yeah, that's just the basic one. This one is actually the one that came out, and they actually have seats. They have seats, so arcade-like seats. I'm kidding. These things are extremely expensive, but they're cool. I don't know if it's worth $70, but it is cool. I'd definitely get that if I actually had room. And here's the NBA Jam one. Nice. Trust me, I've been debating on getting this for a while. Cynthia actually tried to push me to get this, surprisingly. Anyway, other things that are great about this machine, it has, I don't think you can see it here, but underneath here, instead of 1 speaker, it actually has 2 speakers. And with the volume control now, you don't have just, you know, soft, medium, and loud, I guess is the best way I could probably do it. There's probably a better way to say it, but you have more control of the volume. So it's actually kind of like a TV where you can, you know, if I do this, it'll go down 1, or if I do this, it'll go up. You know what I'm saying? So that's a definite awesome win with this machine for sure. And that will lead me into when we actually turn on the machine, after we're done yapping and talking about it and how great it is, that I got to tell you this right off the bat, for the intro song itself, I will have the volume completely turned off. If you could imagine why, check out one of my videos that I tried to get, I think it was when I got the Xbox, the original OG Xbox to work on Xbox. I put in the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, and unfortunately, you know, things
Said
happen.
company.
Yeah.
We won't mention any names.
And I'm not monetized, so clearly that doesn't affect me that way. But, you know, when you get a claim, it's something that will prevent your video from, you know, going out and reaching out to all you folks who aren't subscribed and got the notifications on and all that jazz. So we're going to definitely not go into that territory again because I don't feel like dealing with that. But it is what it is, and at least we'll be able to see it. Actually, good thing to point out is I actually have them both. So we're gonna show those off because we actually have them complete in box, which I'm, you know, very proud of. So this is the game I was referring to. Not a very expensive game, but nevertheless, it's a few bucks to say the least. So this one right here, if you look right here, this is the one of the added levels I was talking about, as well as this. And there's some other differences as well with it. Does it sound and look better on the arcade machine? Yes. So that's why I would be definitely geared towards this. But for the extra levels and just the nostalgia factor that this is the majority of the time that I spent with this game was through the NES, I'd probably pick this. It's a tough decision to make, I guess. But again, with the Turtles in Time as well. Here it is right here. Fantastic game. This is the one that I didn't necessarily grow up with. I got the Super Nintendo pretty late, surprisingly, in life. When I went from the NES, I went straight to the Sega, and then the Sega CD, which you all know. That's one of my favorite systems to collect for. Let's get into the gameplay. So, let's see if it fires up. There we go. Nice. Alright. Yep. Alright, so we don't get the awesome tune for obvious reasons, but man, does this look great. Just as good as the arcade version. Those graphics are fantastic. Okay. So, I got the choice of the 4 turtles. I said I wanted to do Leonardo. So we're going to do Leonardo. But I need to have more lives. Just look at that. Wow. For that time, there's some amazing graphics, huh? Okay, so we should be able to turn them up now. Alright, there we go. The graphics on this definitely make me want to choose this over the NES version or even the Super Nintendo version of Turtles in Time, but again, those other things are a tough draw for me. The control's really good. Oh, I'm gonna get blown up. Wow. I avoided all of that. Pin block that. And if you can angle it right, it's easier for the console versions to be able to do that throw. It's a little harder on the arcade stick, because I'm just not used to it, honestly. Let's see what we got here. Just listen to that sound, it's fantastic. Ah, these things. I will resist you, bud. You're going down. Look at that fire. It just looks great. Get over here. Oh, there we go. Oh, that took way too long. Look at that. That was great. Oh, we gotta go see what's going on over here. April, don't worry. We will be helping you. I mean, she looks pretty calm for her whole apartment being on fire, but I mean, hey, I don't know. Never been in a fire before like that, so I guess I wouldn't know how I would react. Already died? Ah, the greatness of infinite lives. Alright. Say your prayers, show prayers.
Are you gonna need some help?
Maybe.
Say your prayers, Turtles.
Say your prayers, Turtles. And if I try to do, like in the NES version, I could get like a good groove with kicking them like that. But in the arcade one, in the arcade version, I should say, rather, it's a lot harder to do that. Oh, look at that, Raphael has joined the fray.
Raphael's getting infected.
Come on, Rocksteady, you don't have what it takes. I guess I probably wouldn't if I didn't have that little life code there. I got infinite amount of coins. Come on, Rocksteady, you're toast.
Oh, I killed him.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Come on, after that shredder creep. Wow. Oh, I fell down. I love the animations too. They're just great. Like I said, the graphics are great. The animations are too. You're gonna throw a stick of dynamite. I just barely missed getting hit by this stuff on the sewer cap. I don't know how.
Tonight I dine on turtle soup.
Were we just both stuck at that sewer? Yeah, this game can definitely have a lot more enemies on the screen at once, obviously, too. I don't even know what to say right now. I'm just too excited to be playing this again. It's been a while. I think we'll try to get to Bebop and see if we can get past him, and then we'll check out the other one. Although, because otherwise I'll sit here all night and just play this and make this like a 5-hour video. Come on. The colors pop, the graphics are great, the sound is fantastic. And I went right down. Right. Look at the sprites, too. The sprites are great. Oh, I couldn't hit it. Oh, I got it right at the last second.
I will not be defeated by the foot. Ninja vanish.
Has nothing to do with the arcade game, but I like the way that guy sounds. That's the foot soldier lead guy. Not the shredder. To be confused with. I can't remember his name, but the one that teaches them. The dojo master, maybe? I'm probably way off on that, but you get it. I'm pretty good at that voice. I thought something was going to happen. I just got confused with Streets for H4 for some reason. Alright. Let's see what we got here. I think we got him. Oh, I missed it.
You did, shield brains. Watch your mouth. Watch your mouth, slime ball.
See, again, another one where in the NES version you could do this. You got a good groove, which I'm kind of pulling off right now. But it's a little bit harder than this. I got a pretty good groove going on, but I haven't been able to do this. Of course, I can see that. I mess it up. You just want to keep mashing the buttons. And you got to have strategy. Because if you didn't have the infinite live / free play option over here, you'd be screwed. Wow. We're just getting wrecked. Come on. You're not going to get me. Oh, he is so tough. Like, I usually get a good groove. I had a good groove. What? He's blinking. What? I just got punched right in the back of my shell. Guy just punched me in the buns. Now, let's see if I can figure this out again. Ah, I gotta have that.
Who put the light down?
I don't know, Leonardo. I think Bebop is absolutely destroying us. Oh, man, I can't get the timing down. Yes. Winners don't do drugs. Yeah, different time. I really wish I didn't have to do that. But, I mean, just look at this. This is obviously one of the last arcade machines, I believe, with the turtles involved in it that I know of. I could be wrong on that, but just look at the enhancements to the graphics. The sound, once I'll be able to turn back on the sound, of course. All right, and then this one
1991.
Yeah, 91 was a great year for sure. So let's turn up this volume now. Enough of that nonsense. All right, so Leonardo it is. Or should I? Yeah, I have to because I already picked him. So okay.
Well,
Let it show!
Oh yeah, it's got that fling.
I feel like this one plays better than the arcade one.
Why?
Whatever the last one. I don't know. I just noticed like I have better control when I'm playing it.
I wish I could figure out how to do those moves because I know how to do them on a controller, but a joystick's a lot different.
No, I just
I got one. I just want to fling somebody into the screen. Oop, I almost got squished. There we go. Sweet.
Pizza time!
Basically, this first level is pretty much the same as the Super Nintendo port. Obviously, the arcade one came up originally. Look at that. This looks great. I'll tell you again, in this one, compared to the Super Nintendo version, the sound, the sprites, the graphics, everything, 10 times better. But this one does take some things out of the version and have to add some things in because of obvious reasons. So. Look at how good train looks. Yeah, fling him in. I keep looking at you thinking that I'm playing as you, but clearly I'm not. Do you ever have problems with that?
no.
I do all the time. Like I just like lose focus. Yes, I think I figured it out, but then I'm not going to be able to do it now that I said it. In the Super Nintendo version, I have completely mastered this game. I haven't done a no-hit, but I've done a no-death. And I've done it on hard difficulty, so I'll take that.
Pizza time!
Yes. The animations on this, like I said, I can't say enough about it.
Terminate the turtle!
Hey, listen, Baxter Stockman. So in the arcade version that we were just playing, it shows Baxter Stockman in his human form. And this, he's in the boogie form. Wow, you gotta do better here. This guy's open on buns. Oh, look at that thing. That takes a lot of health away too. Look at that. 3 or 4 bombs already. It's ridiculous. Listen, dog, you're toast. He might get me a few times with this. I'm surprised he hasn't gotten up and flying. There we go. That makes more sense. Don't you laugh at me. You're done, Baxter. Oh, you got him. Now you're done. Send him flying.
Cowabunga!
Yes!
Alley Cat Blues!
Alright. We'll definitely go through this level. Check this out.
Cool off, sucker!
Obviously with the detail, and like I keep saying it with the graphics and everything, but just looking at the details, it's just, it's a tough choice. Especially this one. The differences that I could tell you right off the bat that I can remember at least are there's some differences in some of the bosses you face at certain times. In this one you do not face Slash, which is the toughest boss in my opinion in the Super Nintendo version of this. There's also a Sega Genesis version of this game as well. Completely different. Not different storyline, just different bosses, levels, everything. So, That's one of the biggest ones. You face some sort of other weird, like, it almost looks like the go goth and shit demon
This
from,
cave is creepy.
I think it was Dog.
Pizza time. This cave is creepy.
Wow, I didn't know that actually was a hole, ever. That kind of tripped me out. I've never fallen down there before. I'll take some health.
I hate these little robot things.
Yeah, they're a pain. Those weren't in the Super Nintendo version at all either. They're taken out, and I don't know why. They were. I want to fling somebody towards the screen. Come on. That's what I wanted to do. I'll figure this out eventually. Listen, bud. I'm not going to take your shit today. Hey, look at that. You got 13 lives. Never mind. There we go. We fought another guy in there. We'll get to the next boss. So the next boss in this stage is pretty much the same. It ends up being Metalhead. I think that's his name. I'm probably wrong. But if I am, just correct me. It's okay. I'll take it.
Pizza power!
Look at that, huh? Just a fantastic game. Me and Cynthia and the kids were having so much fun with this a while ago. We haven't played it in a while, but, you know, we're going to do this more often. Because they're great games. And you get 2 games in one arcade machine, which is awesome.
Pizza time!
Oh shit, I didn't mean to take that.
That's alright. I mean, luckily we have free play / infinite lives. See? I didn't know you could do that. I'm learning something new every day. Again, I had a pretty good pattern with this guy too, not to get hit even once. But in this version, it's tough. It's probably because of the arcade stick. Oh wow. I didn't know I could do that. That's a pretty cool slide. Listen, Bob. We're not putting up with your shit either. But clearly we are. This guy is like destroying me. Oh, he's starting to flash. He doesn't fly around in any specific pattern in this one, which is weird. The other one is a very specific pattern. That can make the biggest difference in losing lives a lot of the times or not. Blow up. Yes. Fantastic. Alright, so I was able to dig out that other piece of treasure I was talking about a few minutes ago, and this is the game I was talking about right here. It is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the Hyperstone Heist. So it's the same as Turtles in Time, but very, very different in story, different enemies that you face and everything like that. This is complete, because you know I love my games to be complete in box. And if you are going after any one of these games in the wild or any other form of buying it, be prepared. You're going to pay a pretty penny. But that's not what we're here to wrap up. What we're here to wrap up is the wonderful arcade 1-up machine. What are my final thoughts on the machine? One, it looks unbelievable. It's fantastic. The artwork is dead on, minus the obvious, you know, signs on it and everything like that that weren't on the arcade original. It's smaller, but it's convenient. Arcade 1-up makes some great machines. They're convenient, they don't weigh a lot, and you still get the same thing that you would get out of the original arcade machine, at least in my opinion. There may be some differences in graphics and the fact that this is a flat screen as opposed to the old tube TVs. Those CRTVs are great, but still.
That's probably what made them weigh £1,000,000.
Yeah, was that big giant tube in it.
Yeah.
You know what I would have liked on these machines if they could have actually put like a quarter machine on? They have stickers on the newer ones now that you have, but they don't have the actual function. Like, I'd love to be able to put a quarter in there, and I don't know. Definitely, like I said, the thoughts on it are very simple. The upgrade to the sound, the upgrade to having this little protective layer on the artwork is great. The joysticks feel a lot better, a lot looser.
They feel more secure too.
They do. than the Galaga one. The Galaga one is like a fresh release arcade 1-up that we had. It's great. It works awesome, but just the feeling of these is just much better, and the buttons are much more fluent and everything like that. And the fact that you can control the sound is another great win. It's a big thing, because, you know, at any point, like, I could turn this all the way up full blast, or I could turn it, you know, somewhat loud, but you at least have more options with it. And having the two speakers, like, you know, I said before, just makes it sound a whole hell of a lot better. And I think they got the artwork dead on. Not that they didn't with the other arcade 1-up I have, but I just think it looks better. I think it looks great, and it's only a year older than the other one, but like I said, those few things make a huge bit of difference. And the number one question is, would I recommend you folks picking this up if you're a huge fan of either arcade 1-up, or if you're a huge fan of the Turtles games, or just Turtles in general? Yeah, I would definitely do it. Do I prefer the arcade version over the SNES and the NES versions? I'm kind of just cut in the middle. It really depends. I mastered the SNES one, like I said before, and I am pretty good at the NES one. That's tough. They're both tough ports, nevertheless. But I would definitely recommend it. And if you have the space in your house, because I wish I could have like 5 million of these things. They're great. They're convenient. I couldn't say anything more about it. And that about wraps up the video. So if you haven't already, please subscribe to the channel. Pretty please. 87 awesome, amazing folks out there have pledged to the House of Fun and Video Games and have subscribed to the channel. Make sure you hit that notification bell so that anytime we bring you another awesome, amazing review, thrift time and finds, eBay finds, and blah, 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 and all this other stuff, you'll be notified of it right away as soon as I post it and put it up on the internet, on the tube of a billion views, but only one of me and you. Make sure, almost forgot, that we're on Facebook in case we want to continue this conversation even more, because you can comment on the comment section down below, but we could take it a little step further. You could show me pictures of your game room, things you found at the thrift, anything. A couple ways you can do that. One is Facebook, at Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. My page is there. Give it a like. Let's get into a great conversation, because you know that's what this channel is all about. Also on Twitter, if you want to reach out to me there, we're at Jason's House of Fun and Video Games as well. This is Jason's House of Fun and Video Games. I hope you have a wonderful night. I hope you enjoy your week, because it is the beginning of the week. And like I said at the beginning of the video, I've worked 6 days, so having a day off, finally. But there's plenty to do around the house. And Cindy, why is the TV on?
I don't know.
I
You sure?
Yeah.
Resident Evil.